I just wanted to ask about DJ. Just the last, I think, 5 games, he's shooting about 42% from three and really kind of taken on a big role within the offense. Just what have you seen from him just in recent games that has really kind of spurred you on to this run of 4 wins in 5 games, if I'm not mistaken?
Yep. I think what I personally see with DJ is, that he's playing confident. He's not second guessing what he's doing. I asked him after the last game, I called him in the middle of the night and said, DJ, tell me what it felt like. What did you feel on the floor? The successes that you had shooting the ball, driving the ball, the reactions, making reactive plays, passing, making lobs. What did you feel? And he said, Uncle Kenny, I just felt like I was just reacting to whatever the defense gave me, and I wasn't overthinking. That's the key for him, that he doesn't think and react and try to process, that he just plays instinctive basketball with confidence.
And then obviously South Carolina up next. Last time you guys played them didn't really go to plan. Just are you guys looking at trying to do anything different from the last time you played, or just what are you kind of looking at with that with regards to that?
Well, they manhandled us last time. They're a very physical team. They dominated us with the 4 and the 5. I think they scored around 50-some points between those two. They posted the ball. They offensive rebounded. This is going to be a physical game. Our guys have to play with a sense of urgency, our bigs. Our bigs have to do a good job of defending. Those guys around the basket, not giving them angles to the basket, fighting early for post position, not letting them get deep, and keeping them off the boards. Those are two good players. They're a very good team. The record doesn't indicate exactly how good they are. But when you watch them and you really pay attention to what they're doing, defensively, they're very good in the half court. They make things hard for you, so you better move the ball and put them on their heels, or you're going to be on your heels.
Much?
Yeah, Coach Cal told us that he was going to burn the tape and that he was going to make you and the other assistants watch it and report back to him. I'm curious, upon rewatching that tape, did you see anything you'd forgotten or see anything different than you saw the first time around?
No, I thought that the first half was bad. We missed open shots, we missed layups, missed a lot of shots around the basket. We didn't fight on defense around the basket defensively, post defense. They were the aggressors and they put us on our heels for most of the first half. The second half, we started out okay. When you look at the stats, I think it was a tie score or 1 point lead by them or us or whatever, but it was a close second half. But the first half separated the game and we never made up for it.
And I want to specifically ask, you kind of touched on him already, but Colin Murray-Boyles for them, did anything he do, surprise you, or was there anything different? Like, does a scouting report change from that first game to Wednesday's game?
No, the scouting report is the same. He's strong left-handed. He's a bull at driving the basket. You have to stay in front of him. You cannot give him angles. He posts up hard. They'll run a segment of stuff where they lift a bunch of players and throw it over the top. So you got to really be in tune to what's going on the floor. And the teams that have caused them problems have done a good job of over a 40-minute game, not just making it about one player stopping him. It's the team playing together and being in gaps and being in the lane to prevent him from, and all of them, from really having success.
Jackson?
Hey, Kenny. Trevon Brazile hasn't really had 2 straight games, good, really productive SEC games until the last 2. And of course, he did all his damage in the second half against Mississippi State. How important is it for him, confidence-wise for the team to have some consistency here toward the end of the season?
I think it's everything. I think when TB plays well, our team is a lot better. I think, I had some friends come in and from out of town, and that was their first time seeing him play in person. And they walked away saying, man, this kid is athletic and he can run. He blocks shots. He rebounds out of his area. He can really shoot the ball. But what you find is that TB has gotten comfortable and confident, and he's needed and he's playing with energy. I love the fact that he's showing emotions, that he's engaged into the game and he's playing to win. He's finding out that he is really a good player, and we're finding out just how good he can be and what he exactly is.
Murray Boyles gave you all the most trouble, but Nick Pringle had a really good first half and was aggressive on the boards. Just how important is it to maybe, Colin Murray Boyles is going to get his, but take away that second front court option? And what can you guys do better against him this time?
I think the first thing is matching his physicality and matching it early. He's a guy that fights for low post position. Well, if you let him get there and then try to fight, you're too late. He's too big. He's too strong. I think that the way he rebounds, you got to hit him early there and try to keep him off the glass. He runs the floor very well, and they look for him in the post and they try to get him going. So we have a scouting report that really this won't be our first time playing them, where those two kids, one had 35 and I think the other kid had 18 or 20. So those are a lot of baskets for them, and we got to do a much better job of defending them, making it tough, but knowing that also there are other players on the court. They got good shooters. They play hard. They can drive the ball. They're a good team.
Adut Thiero, is he traveling with y'all this week? Is there optimism he could join and put on a jersey for the SEC tournament at all?
We hope so. I know he's still doing his rehab. There hasn't been an update to us yet, but he's working to get better, and we'll go from there.
One more for me. DJ's confidence blooming, and you already talked about it a ton, but is this the best? I know you weren't on Calipari's staff last year, but is this the best basketball you think he's played in his collegiate career?
I wasn't with him. I know that was a stretch last year, early in the year, where he was really good and he won, I think it was SEC Player of the Week 2 or 3 times. Look, DJ Wagner is a really good player, and, he does things that make everybody better without it getting noticed. His character, his work ethic, his leadership, he cares. He's the hardest worker on the team. He's in the gym 24/7 working on his game. He deserves to have success. Kids like him who come in and give their all every single day, buys into the team, never has a bad day, loves basketball, loves being a part of the team. If you tell him to do something, he does it. He just has to continue to grow as a player, which he's done. And greatness doesn't come without adversity. So he's learning about himself, and he has to take the adversity that he's had, whatever it is, on the court, and learn from it and grow from it, because it's going to make him a much better player later on.
Thanks, Kenny.
Anthony, you got a follow-up?
I do, but I was going to let Hutch go first.
Okay, go ahead, Hutch.
You were just asked about Thiero. I guess, is there any update on Boogie? Is there any optimism or opportunity that he might be able to return either this week or even for the tournament, NCAA tournament?
I have not heard one way or the other on Boogie as well.
Anthony?
Yeah, and then I wanted to ask you a little bit about Billy, just because, his versatility has kind of been pretty big for you guys, just kind of playing 1 through 3. Just what have you seen from him in that, I guess, in those multiple roles that has kind of helped you guys have success recently?
Well, Billy Richmond is, you say 1 through 3, but the reality of it is we play him to 1 through 4. And he's the type of player with his energy, his effort, his athleticism, his attack mode. It's infectious. His defense, he gets after people. He blocks shots. He contests shots. He's long, he's athletic. Billy Richmond is a winning basketball player who, the hard thing about coaching a kid like him is that he plays so hard and he plays so fast that you don't want him to slow down because then you make him think too much. He has to do what he does, do it with great energy, be confident in what he's doing. And what you find is that it translates to winning. He's a winning basketball player, and he needs to, as he gets older and more experienced, he hadn't even touched the surface of just how good he can be. And he's vital for us. We need him on the floor. We need his defense. We need his attack mode mentality. He's just a basketball player.
And then obviously, I know in the SEC you kind of have the virtue of not needing to win your your conference tournament to get into the NCAA tournament. But how much of an emphasis do you guys put on having success in the SEC tournament that could maybe put you over the line to get you into the NCAA tournament, or just kind of build on the momentum you guys have been building to carry that into the Big Dance?
Well, the postseason, you're everybody's 0-0, and that's how we approach it. We want to win every single game that we go into. What we've talked about as a team is that we have to come into this and build momentum and play hard and play winning basketball, and we control our own destiny and not allow anybody else to control it for us. That's our mentality. That's what Coach is preaching. I think we've done a great job of getting these guys to stay engaged with us for winning, which is hard to do in this day and age when you don't have the success early. Go back to 0-5 or 1-6, whatever we started, to see where we are now with all the adversity that we've been through with players been out. We've found a way, and we couldn't do that without high character kids that really want to buy into winning.
All right, Coach, thank you very much for your time. Appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.